Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. There's a brand new video every 24 hours. I know, it's crazy, right? And yeah, let's jump. Yeah, there we go. I was like, we can't move on. Let's jump right into it. Okay. Anywho, yeah. So, welcome back to, paraphrasing here, but to the everyday continuously just feels like we're getting nothing but good news within the cryptocurrency market as we continue to see the amount of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency exchanges dramatically dwindling in what seemingly feels like every single couple of hours. Yes, the companies are here. They're getting a little bit more aggressive. Samson Mao was recently in the news reiterating that apparently we are going to see what he calls an omega candle relatively soon. Samson Mao being the guy who said that this year that we're going to see a $1 million Bitcoin sometime over the course of 2025. Recent price movements have thrown him back into the spotlight as we are witnessing what can only be described as interesting stuffs. I don't know what word's supposed to be there, but basically all the Bitcoin that we thought was there isn't really there because all these companies keep on buying it. In the news today, a company by the name of the Smarter Web Company. Okay. The Smarter Web Company has added 275 Bitcoin to their treasury, pushing total holdings to 1,275 BTC. So let me put this into clarity for you once again. It is impossible for everyone on the planet to have an entire Bitcoin. It becomes more impossible every time that we keep hearing these companies own anything more than one Bitcoin. So upon acquiring 275 Bitcoin, they've essentially taken the mathematical evened out amount of Bitcoin that people would be able to have away from that. It's about a good 100,000 people. I know it sounds insane. It's because it is. So them having 1,275 Bitcoin as one company, they've essentially made sure that there are 1,275 millionaires and billionaires who will never ever own an entire coin. In case you also just missed a recent video, we heard that BlackRock, they officially have over 700,000 Bitcoin. There are going to be people in your life in the coming years who are going to brag to you that they have 50,000 Satoshis. Because A, it's going to be a lot of money, and B, it'll be all that they could possibly afford to acquire. The Smarter Web Company, a London-listed Bitcoin treasury company, announced on the 11th of July the purchase of an additional 275 BTC. The recent acquisition was made at an average price of $108,000 per coin, totaling approximately 21 million pounds. Fantastic. With this purchase, the company's total Bitcoin holdings have risen to 1,275 BTC, acquired at an average price of 106,000, total investment of 100 million Great British pounds. Yeah. So, I mean, I know this is brand new news and we've never had this before. I know it's a bit shocking. Only one company on the planet holds Bitcoin, but you're going to have to deal with it. You know, they're the only company who's doing this every single day. That, of course, being a gigantic lie. I'm sure there's one person, whoever you are, I know you clutched your pearls and they were like, what? No, this happens every day, TMI. No, I know because I'm going over the news every single day. Yes, the companies are becoming ravenous with their Bitcoin acquisitions. I'm waiting as I assume we're going to have 300-400 companies openly public announcing that they're buying Bitcoin within the next couple of weeks because this does not seem to be letting up. That's the Smarter Web company. Now has 1,275 Bitcoin. And yeah, let's move on. Also well, that's never happened before. How could that possibly be? New York Stock Exchange listed company. They're called Kulr. It's not how you spell it, but it's Kulr. They are the Kulr Technology Group, a sustainable energy management and a self-declared Bitcoin first company. I feel like there's a joke there somewhere, but I can't really get it. You can't be a sustainable energy management company and then you're Bitcoin first. It just doesn't. Imagine having like a company where like you produce milk and you like have barrels of hay and you're like, we're a Tron first company. It just doesn't. No, like your company does what it has expanded its digital asset treasury with a fresh multi-million-dollar Bitcoin acquisition. Here's the tweet for it right here. It says Kulr has acquired 90 Bitcoin for $10 million at $108,000 per Bitcoin. It has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 291% year to date. Cool. Yeah, that's another company. I'm pretty sure none of you can guess what's going to happen next. Yeah, I'm almost certain at this point no one's going to be able to figure this one out. The UK-based company called, geez Louise, called, oh wait, no wait, wait, hold on, wait, no, wait, hold on, wait, there we go. Perfect. Got it. See, there was nothing to worry about. Why was everyone so worried for? You guys are worried about nothing. NASDAQ listed hotel franchise called Murano has decided to add Bitcoin to its balance sheet. I don't know. Okay, cool. Joining a global trend of companies inching towards Bitcoin. The company is also considering accepting payments in Bitcoin as well. I will be honest with you. I feel like it would be a little weird if they didn't accept Bitcoin for payments. I assume it has some kind of legal ramifications or things that have to be hoops, what have you, that have to be jumped through to be able to accept Bitcoin for payments. But if you're going to be a Bitcoin company in some sort of way, have it on your balance sheet or have a treasury, it would probably make a lot of sense if you accepted Bitcoin so that people could pay you in Bitcoin, so then you can use that Bitcoin to move to your treasury. I don't know if I said the word Bitcoin there. According to a recent press release, the Mexican real estate and hotel chain, what? Okay, has already made a starting purchase of 21 Bitcoin prior to the announcement being made. At press time, the company is holding $2.27 million worth of Bitcoin. A random question, throwing it out there because, okay, what have you. Are any of you getting this news in your countries? Like, not from my channel, but I mean, like, on your local news, depending on which country you're in, are you hearing anything about this? Because I always think it's really weird that we keep really like think about it. We only hear about this news within the cryptocurrency space. Whenever any of the crypto bigwigs, whenever they go on TV, any financial channel, and they're talking about Bitcoin, do you realize that they almost they never actually mention that companies are getting into the space? So a lot of times they'll usually talk about the price or where things are going, where we are in this portion of the cycle, and how this is like that kind of thing. Doesn't it? Because those aren't NDAs. They're not non-disclosure agreements because we are getting the news. So I wonder why. I feel like it would make more of a ruckus within the space if these people went on to the news and specifically spoke about, hey, last week a company purchased 1 billion worth of Bitcoin. That company purchased a couple million worth of Bitcoin. That company's planning on raising $500 million to buy Bitcoin. It seems to be on TV that they're kind of just maybe this is what they're told to say, not in like a tinfoil hat kind of way. But usually if you go on live television, they'll go, okay, we're going to ask you A, B, C, D, E. They have the questions pre-prepared. But it seems a bit odd. Doesn't it seem like it feels like we're getting secret information that's not really secret? Remember the news when we first heard in 2020, the end of 2023, that BlackRock was going to get a Bitcoin ETF. And I remember looking on the news, and I think I heard it once somewhere. They were like, yeah, in the news, this might happen. Next up, and I was like, that's extremely important news, like for, I would even say, traditional investors. So getting this, getting the news that a hotel franchise in Mexico, like we're getting that news. Is this news hitting any of your local news? Any of you in Mexico, did you hear about this? I find it very, it feels like we're getting secret news that's not secret. It's kind of available for everyone. I don't know. In order to carry out this new strategy, the firm plans to execute a standby equity purchase agreement, geez Louise, of up to $500 million US with Yorkville. What's a Yorkville? Most of the funds raised from the sale of the shares will be used primarily to stock up on Bitcoin for its treasury. So does that mean that they plan on buying another $250 million worth of Bitcoin? If the most of the funds, most to me means majority of. Okay. The company also claimed to be reviewing and exploring operational initiatives, including accepting Bitcoin payments and the deployment of Bitcoin reward programs in the future, especially with regards to its hotel operations. I can't imagine. Are you giving people Bitcoin for staying with you? Are you giving it to the employees? Okay, cool. Well, here we are. Here's company number 9,486, who's announcing that they're getting into Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space. They currently have $2 million worth of Bitcoin. And from what the words said, I assume another couple $100 million. That must be a very successful hotel franchise, because that's a lot of monies. Yeah, that's the Murano news. Sorry. Okay. Maybe I have to take a nap. Okay. Let's move on. I don't know if you have noticed it, but there's like a bit of a trend. There's a bit of a trend in the video. I'm not sure if you can really catch on to what it is, but here's another hint. Japanese investment firm Metaplanet. Has anyone caught on to what the hint is yet? I don't know. Has made another major investment to boost their Bitcoin portfolio. I don't know what these people want from us at this point. I haven't really figured out what Metaplanet's beef with all of us is, or why they're doing this to us every couple of days. Metaplanet is currently trying to raise more money than heaven itself, because they're trying to get to 210,000 Bitcoin. According to the firm's latest disclosure, they have purchased another additional 2,205 Bitcoin for, geez Louise, for roughly 237 million US. That's insane. 2,000 Bitcoin is worth $250 million US. Do you remember when Bitcoin was like 1,800, 3,300, and we were having like palpitations because Bitcoin's price was constantly fluctuating? This is, of course, 2017, 2018, especially 2018. 2,000 Bitcoin is $250 million US. That's insane. The tokens were obtained at an average cost of, it has it in yen, $107,000, now bringing their total. I don't know why they keep doing this. They're doing it on purpose. Metaplanet now has 15,555 Bitcoin. Metaplanet, of course, popular for not only being a planet, but also being meta. But also every time they purchase Bitcoin, it's so that their holdings equates to some sort of significant number. I don't know if it's witchcraft. I'm not really sure what it is, but their numbers are always like in line with something. 15555 is of course done on purpose, but like, why? The latest purchase marks the firm's largest single day purchase since commencing their Bitcoin accumulation strategy. Question. I'm going to give you, let's say you have $400 million in the bank. You right now, you have $400 million in the bank. Would you buy $237 million worth of Bitcoin? You can be completely honest. Because I don't know if my soul would be able to. I guess maybe, I don't know. No. I would need to have been in a room. This isn't a joke. A room with Larry Fink, at least two people from the White House, and I want to say Michael Saylor and one other person, and I need assurance that Bitcoin is about to do a good 2, 3, 4, 5x. I don't know if I could put $237 million. That's why I said you have 400 million, because normally I would ask you only have 237, but I can, you can't put everything into it. 237 million is absolutely diabolical for one company in one fell swoop just to do. This was funded by a mix of bond issuances and stock warrant exercises. That just sounds insane. Yeah, here's the tweet for it right here. Cool. I look forward to hearing about them again in the next 27 hours, because that seems to be the general trend of a lot of things. These people are, I wonder if they can get to their goal this year. I don't know how they're going to do it. They want, listen, literally half the year is over. They want an additional 85,000 Bitcoin by December. I wonder how they're going to do it. That's a real question, because I told you before, as the price goes up, obviously, it gets more difficult to accumulate the numbers that you want. But with all this talk now of a $200,000, $300,000 Bitcoin, I don't know if you saw, not the Samson Mao thing. Samson Mao's talking about $1 million Bitcoin by the end of the year. But we're getting those echoes again of $300,000 to $350,000 per Bitcoin by the end of the year. If Bitcoin triples in price, how the fudge are you going to get all the Bitcoin that you want? So let's see if they can do it. That's the Metaplanet news. Yeah, this company came out of nowhere. They're extremely popular, and that's just what companies do. Sorry. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, this one is also is not the same. It's quite different, but it is very popular. We are entering the age of not only passive income, but if you got into this market early enough, you will never, ever have to work again. I feel like I should repeat that, but you should already know that gosh darn well. Earlier entrants into any asset class are going to, of course, do well in the future. This goes true for any different asset class, but as this is a brand new one, and I dare also say that prices are still incredibly low based off of where they're going to go in the future, keeping in mind that the future exists. And I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of times people listen and they think, okay, Bitcoin in 2025, Bitcoin in 2026. And it's like, no. Think of Bitcoin and crypto in 2035 and 2047 and the year 2066. These things will still be around. They will still be used. But I mean, by the time we get to the 2040s, everything is more than likely just going to be priced in Bitcoin / crypto from the way that things are going. Passive income is the name of the game for many different investments. And we've been hearing about this one since January. And I told you, just from hypothetical logic, that by December, this was going to be like a thing. And a lot of people were going to be rushing to it. A company by the name of Babylon Genesis is advancing Bitcoin staking technology with its upcoming multi-staking and Ethereum virtual machine support testnets. The idea is that in the future, Bitcoin will not have to just be in one place. It will be across multiple chains, potentially at the exact same time, using AI or otherwise, shifting your money around, constantly making sure that you are making passive income for the rest of your life for doing absolutely nothing other than holding a cryptocurrency. The aim is to, they say, revolutionize Bitcoin-fi applications. Okay, that number's off, but you get it. It says Q4 2024, but obviously they mean 2025. The protocol's 2025 roadmap emphasizes expanding Bitcoin native decentralized finance through enhanced network integrations and developer-friendly environments. I'm telling you, by December, if not before, I'm sticking with December, it feels right, we are going to hear from a cryptocurrency exchange who is going to announce that they're offering Bitcoin staking with 2 or 3% return. That crypto exchange is going to win the race because everyone's going to rush to them as quickly as possible. The idea of making money from your Bitcoin, other than just watching the number go up on the screen, has been a fairy tale. The reason why these things are being created is, if we can be honest, it's for the institutions. They want their Bitcoin to do something else, and it's only going to make them richer. If the only way to create new Ether is by holding on to Ether, why is there so little Ether on crypto exchanges? It's because the companies are buying it all up so that they are the only creators of the new wealth. If the only way to stake Bitcoin is by holding Bitcoin, why do you think these companies and institutions and governments are buying up so much Bitcoin? Imagine the headlines in the future. Company buys $250,000 worth of Bitcoin back in 2025. Today, it's worth $1 trillion. This company is making $128 million per year from doing absolutely nothing. It is going to be how things happen. According to the website CoinOtag, Babylon Genesis is positioned to become a leading execution layer for Bitcoin-based DeFi. I'll be honest, I don't care who does it first. It's literally once you do it, you're going to get people's money. So I think we're witnessing this like sprint down the street now from all these different companies, with significant upgrades planned for, once again, geez Louise, guys, get the date right. It says late 2024. I mean, learn the year at this point. Also says 2024 here. I mean, just sometimes you just got to get it right. Babylon Genesis is preparing to launch testnets this summer that will introduce multi-staking capabilities and Ethereum virtual machine support, marking a pivotal step in Bitcoin-based decentralized finance. Multi-staking will enable users to leverage a single Bitcoin position to secure multiple blockchain networks simultaneously. That's insane to think about. Imagine putting a tenth of a Bitcoin into a protocol, and that protocol is able to like literally send you in 10 different directions and find like which one is best for you and give you like the greatest return simultaneously. Whoa, including prominent Ethereum rollups such as Optimism and Arbitrum, as well as several Cosmos chains. This functionality not only maximizes capital efficiency, but also fosters cross-chain interoperability, a critical factor for the evolution of Bitcoin Fi ecosystems. Oh gosh. Well, I guess it makes a lot of sense now. I mean, he must have known this in the background. If you missed earlier this year, Charles Hoskinson, the creator of Cardano, I mean, seemingly out of nowhere, fell in love with Bitcoin and XRP. Talking about building up their DeFi and their stable coins and all these other kinds of things. I guess it makes a lot of sense. So Cardano is also in the running. Cardano's running up that hill, trying to become one of the main platforms where you can also stake your Bitcoin. Once again, as long as it's there, people will use it. The first, because we already have, if you missed it, this was 3 weeks ago, Kraken, the cryptocurrency exchange, announced that they're now doing Bitcoin staking, but they have a 1% return. That's not terrible by any means. I know some of you, I want 5%. Listen, you gotta hold on. 1% is not bad for what it is. It's the first of its kind. The first crypto exchange that gives higher numbers. Yeah. So it makes a lot of sense why this accumulation is happening. Rich people are trying to make sure that they have more passive income than ever. The world is going to be a very different place in 10 years. I implore all of you, as always, to not only do your own research, but continue then to do more research as well. Keep reading, keep learning, keep investing, keep saving. Make sure that you do not become broke in the future. It sounds like a joke. These documentaries showing people who are trying to retire and they have no money. Showing people, I just saw this thing. I was like, what? This guy was talking about he was making 6 figures a year like 15 years ago. And they're talking to him in the interview and he's like, I have nothing. I thought the good times were going to roll on forever. I didn't save a cent. He's now living in like a micro apartment. It's all he can afford. It's like, I think 140 square feet, 14 meters squared. And I was like, no. It only reinforces my like, keep saving your money, keep investing, stop buying frivolous nonsense. You know how to invest, do it properly, put it where it needs to be, so that in 10 years, when you are sitting on a beach somewhere, potentially in Bali, and you are, reading the news from your hologram glasses or whatever we have then, you're like, oh my gosh, thank goodness I saved my money and I invested. Because people are, I don't get it. I don't want to understand it. I think that's going to do it for this video. I do hope that you have all enjoyed. I hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.